All right, here we go. Final match of the day. If you're just tuning in, you're catching the final match of the Leather Pocket Fall Classic. First match this morning, Stephen Holem got the hot seat and put Ben to the B side. Ben battled all the way back, facing off against Stephen once again. Usual suspects in the Leather Pocket tournaments. Uh-oh. Oh, he's all right. I thought the cue ball was going to stop behind the 6. Mindful for shape on the 5. As long as he can get center table, it should be all right. I don't know if he's all right. That one might sting a little bit. Just needed to get around that 8. Or by the 8, stay a little bit more center. Ben's got the Nick's Q Innovation jumper, the custom jumper in his hands. Good contact. Is he going to get a good leave? Maybe. Can Steven get by the 7 for the bank on the other side? He sure can. Fires it in. Looks like Steven's looking to cut this 7 ball into the side pocket. A little down and up for the 8 ball in the bottom right. Nicely done. Has a nice angle on this 8 ball to get back to the top of the table for the 9. 9 ball will lead nicely to the 10 also. A little close to the work, but I think Steven's all right here. A few inches separating the cue ball and the 10. One more shot to get the first rack on the board. That was not an easy shot. Probably just needed to take one more moment to assess that 10 ball. Good news is he didn't leave a hanger on the 10 for Ben. Oh, no. Ben got another swing at that 10 ball. Just left it hanging. Gonna give it to Steven. So Steven on the board first. Ben didn't miss that by much. And the guys sharing a couple of laughs on that last ball. Teammates, buddies, roommates, roadies. These guys have played a lot of matches together. So 10 ball on the 9 foot on the A side. It is winner breaks. Steven in the hot seat, Ben coming around from the B side. It is a true double elimination. So if it gets forced to a second set, we'll go to the 7 foot. Steven's got such a huge break. We'll see how he's been breaking the balls. Thus far, earlier today, he was having no problems. Five ball on the side. Has a shot on the 1 ball. I don't think it passes the 6. He might try the carom into the side. Or a safety. That's always in play. Thank you, Keith. Liked, shared, and thanks for the stream. You are very welcome. Thanks for joining us. Can always appreciate that. Guys, the best thing that you can do for a free stream is like and share. Would really appreciate it if you guys did that for us. We're going to have a great match here. Two of Canada's best, Ben and Steven. I think both of them are in the top 5 Canadian players. Brian Harder says there's so many people around them, and you are not wrong. We're so lucky to have Leather Pocket with some great weekly tournaments. And because we have 10 9-foot tables and only using one of them, they've decided to continue with their weekly 9-ball Sunday tournament. There is a $10,000 break pot every Sunday at this hall. So they normally get between, high 40s, around 50 players every Sunday for this event. So there is some traffic happening around there, but all pool players, all very respectful. They all know what's going on here. Ben and Steven playing in the final. So although you see lots of feet happening in the screen, they are fully aware of this final match happening. Keith said, had some relatives over for Christmas and had to leave earlier. No problem. 'Tis the season. Big jump shot here for Ben. Wow. What a great jump shot that was. With shape on the 3, cue ball was able to come out center table. Again, that is one of Nick Manuel's custom jump cues. Steven is sponsored by Jacoby's, so he uses a Jacoby jumper. But Ben chooses to use the Nick's custom jump. Actually, there's so many people that have that custom jumper, and I have yet to see one up for sale. Everyone just loves it. I know that people have given up their air rush for it, so that should speak volumes. Six is going to lead nicely to the 7. 8 ball goes nicely into the side, as long as you're on the bottom end of the table. Eight will lead nice to the 9. 10 shouldn't be an issue. So I like Ben's chances of tying this up here. It's got a nice angle on this 8. Come across for the 10 in the same pocket as this 9. Ben's got a little smile on his face. Doesn't want to be shooting off the rail, but I think he's all right here. So that is going to tie it up. Tied at 1s between Steven and Ben. Winner break, so Ben's racking for his break coming up. I think that was Steven's break, so Ben able to steal a rack. Tony on YouTube says this will be a great match for Sunday watching, and you are not wrong, sir. Couldn't ask for a better match to watch on a Sunday afternoon. Uh-oh. Dry break? It is. You're right, guys. What a jump Ben made. Beauty jump to start the run, for sure. Steven opting for a safety. Didn't quite get the coverage he had in mind. I think Ben can still see this one. I don't know if he has enough to make it. He's getting down low to see. Tyler Robertson, is the B-side no template or up to the players? Notice they didn't use it in the previous match and are here. So good eye, Tyler. The only difference between the A side and the B side is the A side is on the 9 foots, B side on the 7 foots. Race to 9 on the A side, race to 7 on the B side. And we allowed the template racks on the 9 foots, but triangle rack on the B side. Monk says, how many finals Ben and Steven played? Wonder how many. That is probably a good question. I would say, I'm not even going to guess. Probably close to 100, though, for sure. These guys played so many tournaments between leather pocket, hidden spot, top shots, Canadians, Vegas. There's lots. Good leave here by Steven. Lots of distance and lots of traffic. So looking like Ben is going to go off this right side rail. We'll see if he goes one rail or two rails. Two rail kick, and unfortunately hits it perfect for the scratch. So ball in hand for Steven. Six ball looks to be a little tricky. Steven just assessing that now. Might see Steven try to open that six ball up right when he's got ball in hand here. You want to be careful of the shape for the two. No, leave it as is. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that six might be a little bit tricky. Thanks for the stream. You're very welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Like and share the stream for us, guys. These guys deserve it. This is going to be a great match. Steven won the hot seat early this morning. Ben has grinded his way back to come around and have a redemption match. Mike Owen says, when I grow up, I want to be this good. Don't we all? It is why we're all here. I think Steven's just waiting for someone on the right side here to take their shot so that he's not in the way. Probably wants to take a couple extra moments just to assess this four ball. A little bit of a steeper angle than he probably would have liked, but I think he's still okay. Tyler says, I want to be better, then maybe I could win against them. Yeah, that is definitely on the Christmas wish list. But these guys have put in the hours, that is for sure. Nice cut. Able to bump the five ball. Can he make it past the 8 to pot it in the top left? I think the 8 ball even makes the pocket bigger if he goes rail first. Did not need to. Look at that. In perfect shape for the 6. I think that he's able to cut that in. Spanner Austin on YouTube is watching from Ireland. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Seven, eight combo here. Yes, sir. These guys making a couple of nice shots. Steven is not left-handed, but choosing to use the left hand instead of reaching. That's a handy little trick to have in your arsenal. I know that's something that Steven doesn't put a whole lot of time into, practicing with the left hand, but something that I have seen him practice. Very good friends with Canada's John Mora. Nonetheless, a good trick to have in the arsenal bag for those tricky shots rather than reaching. These guys practice a little bit of everything. So another game on the board for Steven. He's going to take the lead 2-1. One second, guys. Steven to break. Rack number 4. Two balls in either of the sides. Hit that perfect. Does he still have a shot on this one ball? It will be tight. Rail first, maybe. Mike says Steven's a Canucks fan. Well, you can't really blame him. I mean, he is from BC. I do know, however, he does cheer quite equally as hard for the Flames. So it might not be as bad as you think. All of us Canadians are Canucks. I wouldn't say fans, but we're all Canucks. A little bit of tough shape here on this too. We'll see if Steven might, does he try for this bank shot? He does have a window if he just sticks the cue ball to the left side for this 3-ball window between the 4 and 7. Does he cut it down the rail? He's just going to cut it. Play for the window, which he does not get. Cue ball had some speed there. Couple of rotations too much. Michael on the YouTube watching from Spokane, Washington. Thanks for tuning in, Michael. I was actually just down in Spokane not too long ago, over the Labor Day long weekend. It's a nice area. We were down there for well, what happened there? Ben missed the 3-ball pot. Made the 8 in the side. I was just down in Spokane for the Spokane Open, I think it was, Labor Day, at Black Diamond Billiards. That was a really nice place. Some good food there, good peeps. Huge tournament. I think it was like 121 players. It was a long weekend for sure. So I think Steven's going to take this 4-ball into the side, swing and come around 3 rails probably for the 6. Or just use the 7 as a stopper. That was a nice shot. Marvin tuning in from Vancouver Island. Thanks for tuning in, Marvin. And our very own Laura Berg. Hi, Laura. Thanks for tuning in. It has been a while. Things are going great. Busy as usual. It has been an exciting couple of weeks. Just finished Moscone. It is December. Everybody's in the Christmas spirit. Getting ready to celebrate. Always lots of stuff to do before Christmas. Good attempt by Ben. I think that 6-ball just, the 6-ball and the cue ball just barely leaked out. Just a little heavy. Can Steven pot this 6? He's calling the cross bank. Just a little bit wide. It's going to let Ben see this 6-ball once again. I did not go to Moscone. I would love to hit one up. Unfortunately, for Canadians especially, it's really expensive to fly. But eventually, I will make it to a Moscone for sure. I knew lots of people there. Had nothing but amazing things to say about it. I think that once you hit Moscone, you know you're headed into December. So now it's all about prepping for Christmas, getting all the Christmas baking done and decorating the house and all that sort of stuff. James Brinson on the YouTube is tuning in from Lincoln City. Welcome. David tuning in from Arkansas. Every time I see that, I have to say Arkansas first in my head. Otherwise, it comes out Arkansas And I don't know if that's just a Canadian thing, but that's how it reads. I have to give extra effort for Arkansas. James says, who in their right mind would want to go to Florida in the wintertime? Right? Warm weather and beaches and wearing shorts and stuff. That sounds terrible. Marvin says the Flames play my team tonight, Dallas Stars. Well, good luck to the Flames. It is Flames night. Luther wishing his friends Stephen and Ben good luck. Thank you, Luther. I will pass it on. A successful break from Ben there, which is good news for him. Last break was a dry one. He's got a good shot on the one ball here too, which is always nice. That is the goal. Laura planned on going too, but orthopedic stuff got in the way. Well, hope it works out for you, Laura. It's always good to see you come up on the stream, though. Ben's off to a good start. Good shape on the 3. Is he running into the 10 for the 4? Does he punch by it? He's going to punch it. That worked out nice. There's a name I haven't seen in a while. Welcome, Kyle. Thanks for tuning in. Kenny on the YouTube's asking what the race is for this first set. It is a race to 9. A side was a race to 9 and race to 7 on the B side, on the 7 foots. That's right. RT9 means race to 9. This is a true double elimination final. So Stephen had the hot seat. Put Ben to the B side early this morning. Ben made it all the way through the B side and is up for a rematch, hoping to keep it tight and push it to a second set. If it does go to a second set, you will see the game move to the 7 foot. 10 ball on the 7 foot. Only difference being it would be a race to 7. It is not template rack on the B side. But still winner breaks. Ben just got enough to get back center table for the 6. Tyler would almost rather go to Europe to see the Mosconi, travel somewhere new, get to watch great pool. I'm with you. Although Florida, I wouldn't say no to Florida either. Uh-oh. Ben tried to put a little extra elbow grease into that cue ball. Spin and check it off that left side to come back down for the 8, and he scratched. So ball in hand for Steven on the last 3 balls, 8, 9, 10. And he likes his chances. this 10 ball here to regain the lead. It's been back and forth so far. 1-1, then 2-2, and now Steven is up one game, sorry. Wayne says Bermuda is better. I wouldn't say no to Bermuda either. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little cool here. I'm not gonna complain because it's not minus 40. It's only 2 degrees above zero today. But could definitely be a lot worse. So I'm not gonna complain, not yet. Daryl is representing from Vernon. Thanks for tuning in, Daryl. Loving that Vernon area. It's beautiful out there. I think we're planning a trip this summer, staying out in Vernon. Rack number 6, Steven to break. Steven has such a strong break. Watch the pop he gets on this cue ball. A little bit of a kick on the 1 ball, but he gets a ball in the side pockets. Cue ball stays center table. Got a little unfortunate he didn't get a great opener on this 1 ball, but he'll take it. Nice little tick on the 1. Nice and tight to the 2 ball. That's going to make it a lot more difficult for Ben. Keith knows somebody who uses the same line as I'm not going to lie. I don't know where that came from. I just picked it up from somewhere, and it's something that's stayed in my vocabulary ever since. I'm just going to tell you how it is. I'm not going to lie. It sucks. Good hit by Ben there. Lots of separation end to end. Cue ball in the 1 with the 6 ball for coverage. I think that Steven can chip to the right side of that 1 ball. Good news is that he doesn't have to kick at it. He can go right at it. We'll see what he does with it, though. Good contact, but he's going to leave Ben an open shot here. Ben's going to cut it down to that top left pocket. Just got to be mindful of that side pocket. Doesn't want to scratch. That looks good. I feel like he might have to go into the 6 ball here. Just bump the 6 to hold the cue ball. No, he was able to avoid it just by punching it. Ben just assessing his options here. He's got natural angle to come around 2 rails, probably for the 6 on the left side. That will lead nicely to the 7. 8 ball looks like it does cut to the side pocket also, even though it's past center and close to the rail. And that is going to tie the match up at 3. It is now a race to 6. Ben breaking. And that was Ben able to steal another rack off of Steven. Michael on YouTube is asking, what cues do Ben and Steven play with? Steven is sponsored by Jacoby, so he plays with Jacoby equipment. I believe his cue is a custom Jacoby cue. He also has a Jacoby jumper and breaker. Ben is playing with Predator. He is shooting with a Predator black cue. Has the a blue BK Rush with a sport wrap. And he has a Nix Q Innovation jumper, which I would be surprised if he ever let that go. Very sought after cue in the Calgary area. If you're ever able to hit with one, I would definitely test drive it and then see if you can get a hold of Nick to make you one. These guys love it. Ben makes a ball on the break. It wasn't dry this time. However, bad news is he doesn't have a great opener. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a safety here. Or a push even. Cue ball leaked out just slightly. Steven's going to be able to make contact on this one ball, but can he make it? He might be able to see enough for the side. Does he see enough to go to the corner pocket? He was able to see enough to make it down to the pocket. Daryl says we're always welcome. Thanks, Daryl. I may reach out if we're out there this summer. It's always nice to go out and hit some balls and meet some of the viewers. Put a face to the name. A little bit of a back cut on this 3 ball for Steven. Feel like he's going to come around maybe 2 or 3 rails for the 4 ball to the top left pocket. We'll see what he wants to do here. Laura says, nice out. I would expect nothing less from these guys. They're classified as great for a reason. Pretty much one rail shape for perfect shape for this 4 ball. These guys make it look so easy. They've got their weight down. Angles are precise. He might be a little bit straighter on this 4-ball than what he had wanted. A little bit of angle would have made it easier to pop out for that 6-ball. He's just going to take the back cut. Steven just taking an extra moment here, make sure he gets the shape on the 7. He might have to come around for it. I don't know if he wants to just roll this 6-ball in and come short side for the 7, but that's also an option. I feel like these guys are always a little bit more comfortable with, you know, 2-rail shape rather than just rolling balls in. Steven did opt to go for the short rail, or for the short side shape for the 7. Going to the side, he's got natural angle to come center table for the 8. That was a nice shot there. A little bit of force follow just to float over for the 8-ball. Making it look easy. Steven is going to retake the lead there. If you're just joining us, you're tuning into the Leather Pocket Fall Classic. We had just on Friday night, we had a full field of 64 players, staggered entry. Lowest Fargo rated players entered in at $35 and climbing up from there to $50 to $100, $125 for the likes of Steven, Ben, Brady Gullen. We were able to run through the tournament mostly yesterday, bring back the final 6 today. So we brought back the A-side final and the B-side quarterfinal. Jordan Rothmald just went out in 3rd place. Really strong finish. Steve Wilton and John Paypompey went out in 5-6. Mark Vinogradov went out in 4th. Currently playing for 1st and 2nd. It's $13.50 for 1st place and $700 for 2nd. Steven's kind of in a funny spot for this 2-ball. It is a little bit of a steeper back cut, but kind of going into the 10-ball. So is this going to be a bit of a two-way shot? Does he try to avoid the 10? Just assessing it himself. Might be a little tricky to get on that 3-ball. Just acknowledging that he was in a little bit of a funny spot. Opted to play the safety instead. And that kind of decision is what's going to separate the good players from the great players. Just because you have a shot doesn't mean you have to take it. Sometimes you got to play smart. Ben's got a window for a kick here. And he's going to get some good coverage. Steven's going to be able to chip at this 2-ball, but not enough to make it. Good safety there. Ben acknowledging a good shot. Ben's nice and close to the back end of that 10-ball. So he may opt to either jump for contact on this 2-ball, 2-rail kick. Oh, it looks like he's coming back with his jumper. Gets the edge of it, but he is going to leave a shot for Steven, it looks like. Just a little heavy on that cue ball. Leaked out. Steven picks the window almost perfect. Maybe just a half a rotation. But I think this is going to work. He's on the right side of the 3-ball to stay, center table for the 4-ball. He's got the 4-ball in the sides, 6-ball in the opposite. Is he able to avoid the 7-ball? It's a nice shot, just to play off the 7 and force it down to the bottom, towards the bottom pocket there. The 7 is going to lead nicely to the 8. Weight control is nearly perfect. Making it easy. Steven's going to gain a 2-game lead, 5-3 over Ben Francis. This race to 9. It is a true double elimination. However, if Steven wins this set, it is a game, set, match. If Ben finds a way to come on top of Steven, we will move to the 7-foot. Play 10-ball on the 7-foot. Racing the 7. Is that a dry break? 369. 369. Nope, got 1 ball. Long and off this bottom rail for the one ball. It's a stroke test. It was too good. Those are tough shots. Tough, tough shots. Ben needs to capitalize here. He would love nothing more than to run this out. Claw game back. Key shot here is going to get from the 6 to the 7. Looks like the 8 ball is going to go nicely into the side pocket. Do you stop shot for the 9 ball on the top right? Do you try to come off the side rail for the 9 ball in the top left? Follow through and play 9 in the bottom left. That should work out well. 10 ball, same pocket. Ben's going to lessen the gap by 1. Trailing by 1 game. It looks like we're going to take a quick little break here. I'm just going to refresh my drink. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Just a quick player break. Ben was able to steal a rack back. Close the gap by 1. Missing the side pocket again, but it's going to get the 2 in the bottom right. He has an open shot on the 1 ball. Would have liked to have seen better, but I don't doubt that Ben's going to be able to make something happen here. Make a little bit of a safety shot. Tried to make the 1 ball on the side. Fortunate the cue ball didn't drop in that top right pocket. This is going to be a tough shot for Steven here. Shooting out of the jaws of a pocket is always tough. 1 ball is just barely past the center of the side pocket. So that side pocket is big. I don't think Steven didn't even try to go for it, just tried to play smart. Hit the 1 ball 3 rails into that top left pocket area there. Ben's able to see it. I think he's able to chip it in. He is, but got a bad rub. Kicked the 1 ball perfect for a kick and stick, and now he is hooked behind that 5 ball. A full ball, end to end. I believe Ben's got the jumper in his hands. Up and over with that Nick's custom jumper. No problem. Unfortunately, he's going to leave Steven with an open shot at the 3 here. But that 4 is going to be a little bit funny to get on. Obviously can't tell if that 4 ball is frozen to the rail, but it is very close to that side rail nonetheless. Looks to be right on the point of that side pocket, so if you're going to shoot it down the rail, you want to be shooting it up towards the top corner pocket. How's the weight? Pretty good. Does it go into the side? No, he's just going to contain it. That was a smart play. Just a little tick. These guys are having a little bit of fun. Been joking about taking ball in hand. The 4-ball must have been frozen to the rail. Looks like Ben's going to go for the kick. Looks like Steven's aiming low just to squirt over to the right side for the 5-ball same pocket. Good shot, nice angle there to come around for to come on the short side of the 7-ball. Making it look easy. That 10-ball there to regain a 2-game lead. Steven over Ben. Racing to 9 here. Steven's just got 3 more games to go. But winter break format, anything can happen. Anyone who has watched Ben play, either one of these guys play before, knows that running 3, 4, 5 games is kind of a daily occurrence. Winter breaks, so it is entirely possible. Dry break for Steven, it looks like. Ben's got a good look at this one ball. We'll see what he chooses to do with it. I think Ben was trying to get to the back end of that 5, but this will do. Two-rail kick. Steven makes good contact. And I think the cue ball just leaked out just enough for Ben to run this one ball down to the bottom right. I do believe. Ben just trying to figure out how to navigate the traffic on this table to get down to the bottom end for the 3 ball. Ben opted just to stay with the safety. Can't say I blame him. That was a little bit tough to get to swing around through all of those balls to get down to the bottom of the table here. Jump for Steven. Gonna leave a shot here for Ben, but it's no gimme. This is... I don't think that the side pocket is an issue. But just one of those shots. You just never know. How's that for shape on the 4? Couldn't really have asked for anything better. We'll see if Steven opts to just take the back cut on this 5. Draws back out for the center table. That is going to make it much easier. Looks like he has a little bit of angle too to get to the left side rail for the 6. He did, just enough. Steven almost plays a little too good. He gets too perfect a shape sometimes. Sometimes you could use a little bit of angle. A little bit of angle would have made it a little bit easier just to pop off that rail so that you're not shooting off that left side for the 7. Looks like Steven's asked Ben to clean the cue ball. I know Steven was trying to be mindful of the shape on the 7, but I think maybe he thought about it a little too long. Sometimes it doesn't pay to get out of your rhythm, you know? Ben jumps up out of his chair. Three more balls, get the game back within one. Tim on Facebook says, think long, think wrong. And sometimes I think that is the case. You just overthink it a little bit. Rich says he convinced himself to miss that. I don't know if I can say you're wrong. I could have had a little snooze in between time, though. It's been a really long weekend, so I apologize, guys. I'm tired. I'm hitting a wall. I think I'm just going to get a glass of water. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. Had to just take a quick little break. Steven's got 3 more balls here to regain that 2-game lead. Makes it much easier when there's not too much to think about. Stop shot here, he should be good. Or play for the same pocket. Either which way. Making it look easy. 7-5 for Steven over Ben. Ben's got to make up a couple of racks here. Kind of like now or never. Once Steven gets to that hill, it gets really dicey. Dry break for Steven. Another one. Kind of mishit that head ball. Didn't make either of the side pockets. And the one ball that was going to the top left got kicked out. So an opportunity for Ben. Could really use this one. Comes up on the wrong side of the 2. I don't think he can make it through the 9-10 into the pocket. I think that 9 ball is blocking the path. I think Ben's going to be forced to play a safety here. Does it go? No. It does not go. And he didn't get full coverage on that too. Good news is I don't think Steven's able to make it. So he should be able to get back to the table. I don't know if he's going to like getting back to the table. But better than not getting back to the table at all. I think Steven can bank this too, even if it is for a safety shot, some coverage. Just went for the bank. Just missed it by a hair. Looks like Ben's going to try. Can he spin it off that top rail? I don't think he can spin it off the top rail. A little bit of a swerve, maybe. Looks like. No. Kicks the 8 into the bottom right side pocket. One less ball for Steven to worry about. He's got ball in hand here, and it looks like the key shot here is to get to the 3. Overdrew slightly for the 4 ball. Gonna have to put some inside here just to avoid that side pocket. Ideally end up where he's at for the 5. That will lead nicely to the 6. Good line. Good line. Overcut the 7. Ben really needs to capitalize on this mistake here. This game here, or this rack will get him back within 1, and then he's breaking. Oh, thanks for joining.
Yeah, no problems. I just had a moment in between my matches here. We're playing the Sunday 9 ball.
Nice. How many players did they get?
Honestly, I don't even know.
I'm trying to keep myself awake in here.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, he says the 10 ball pot's after this match is over.
Oh, nice.
And so I got to play Aaron Arganosa next to get to the A-side finals.
Nice.
So
It's been a long weekend. I'm hitting a wall.
I bet. It's not easy doing this alone. It's
It
nice
is
to
tough.
have a little banter back and forth, and did mark that game for
Yeah,
Benjamin?
I just did.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was actually just standing there when he missed that shot, so I hope it wasn't my fault that he missed the shot.
Why were you doing a dance? Are you doing a jig out there?
Well, I went over to tell Johnny I was coming here,
Oh,
just so he can call me.
I see.
And then when I walked back, I saw a friend I haven't seen
Oh,
in a long
no.
time, and he kind of like nudged me. And I was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And we weren't really moving, but
Right in the peripheral, though.
he's looking right at us. So I don't know if it was my fault. I feel bad because he doesn't miss a shot like that. Maybe it kicked on him. We'll just call it a skate.
Okay.
But you know what? He got rewarded here. The pool gods exist. They're saying, "Don't worry, Steven. We'll let Ben scratch on the break."
Yeah.
And you don't see that very often where Ben scratches.
No, but it was a kick for sure.
Nice little safety here by Steven.
Nice and tight to the back end of that 3.
Yeah, and this is a really hard hit here because he can't go 2 rails. It's going to be really tough. See how he's looking 1 rail. I think this is his only option. Another option you can do, but I don't know if it's there. Let's see. Ooh, it's tight because that 8 ball is actually in the way. So what he's looking at here is going 3 rails just like by the side pocket, and then it should kick the 1 towards a 10. And honestly, this is such a hard shot. But that just shows you how tight that safety is. And he doesn't even have an opportunity to tie up another ball. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, look like he's just going to end up doing 1 rail here. And the hard part about this is just a little check siding to straighten it out. Oh my God. Did you see it just like straighten out and then just let loose after? Oh, that's 2.
Uh-oh.
We might see another safety here.
You think Steven's going to 3-foul him?
It's hard to say. Like the table isn't terrible. Like
It is wide open.
Pretty wide open here. Shouldn't be any issues for Steven or Ben to get on a table like this.
Jamari is asking if we have an 8-ball tournament as well. There is a weekly 8-ball tournament, I think, on Saturday afternoons.
Yeah, it starts at 2 p.m. Just like the 9-ball tournament on Sunday, they both start at 2 p.m. Friday night's 10-ball, which starts at 7 p.m. And a lot of
There's a break pot on the 8-ball tournament as well.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
What's it up to? Do you know?
Honestly, I haven't been there in so long. I heard a couple guys had a good chance at going it, but didn't get out. And I think it was around maybe 4,000 for the 8-ball pot.
Nice.
Like the 1 week I was here, I think it was like 3,200, and Johnny Andrick was playing, and he one bad shot, and he was out of position chasing it, and still it was tough, and he still found a way to get a shot on the 8-ball, and it was a tough shot, and he ended up just missing it by a hair.
Oh no.
But honestly, even just to get to the 8-ball from where he was pretty awesome to see, because it was once he got out of position, it was a tough table. Looks like he came up a little short on his shape here. Ooh.
A little bit.
And I could say it is warm in here.
It is.
And like I said, the humidity's probably a little higher, and that's probably why Steven's running a little bit slower, because maybe when they played earlier today, we never had all the bodies in here for the 9-ball tournament and stuff. So it's definitely going to slow the table down a little bit. But what a nice safety by Steven.
A little back and forth, ended up fully behind the 6.
And don't forget, Ben's on too. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Yeah, I was kind of so distraught after my loss this morning. I was like, Ben's like, you going to stick around? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. and I was like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm staying for the 9-ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of hard to say no to a 10-ball pot, no?
It's hard to say no to a 10-ball pot.
A $10,000 10-ball pot at that.
Yeah, it's $100 a ball, so you could quit anywhere down the line. But if you want to, you can go for the run out and get $10,000. And so far, 2 people have won.
That would be a nice Christmas bonus.
What a beautiful
Good hit.
Like, talk about pressure.
Is he going to get the leave? That is pretty darn good.
That is...
Couldn't really ask for anything better.
No. And like I said, Ben was on 2 fouls. So what a big hit here. See if Steven will just lock this up behind the 8-10. And he just did not slide over far enough. Yeah.
This is an opportunity for Ben to tie this up.
Yeah, he's going to have to make sure, and this is what makes a shot a little bit harder, is that he needs to come 2 rails back center table. And so instead of just taking a natural path, he has to put a little spin here, which makes the shot just a tiny bit tougher. Is he going to fluke it in the side? Look at this, a little safe, but I think this is a good shot here for Steven, like a jump shot.
Yeah, I think he's got the edge of this. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to say from this camera angle.
That's right. The only problem here is he's got to miss that 8-ball up table, and he's got to watch out for the scratch in the corner. I don't think making this is a problem. It's what's the cue ball going to do after.
Oh.
And look at this nudge. Perfect onto the 6-ball. And with a nice angle to get onto the onto the 7 here. But it just showed you like that was a tricky shot, you know. So at least this match is a little bit closer when they faced each other earlier this morning.
Yeah, it was a 9-3 win.
Yeah.
Ben talk to Ben earlier outside, and he said he was just going to try and pick up the pace a little bit, play a little bit looser, see how that goes.
Well, you definitely have to try out different things here because, you know, you have like a natural game that you play, like a nice easy flow, and that's what Steven does, is his pace is normally very consistent. Ben likes to play a little quick sometimes, and when he starts playing quick, I mean, the guy doesn't miss. But also, you're playing a guy like Steven, you know, you want to slow down a little bit and make sure.
The be sure.
That's right. So it's just a little 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 rail shape. The biggest thing is, like, sometimes for some odd reason that side pocket becomes an issue. So he's going to want to put a little juice on this, but you can see where he's kind of like looking at this angle. But I think another issue that I think he's thinking about is that 8-ball might be like he doesn't want to hit that 8-ball. Because I'm pretty sure he should have shot this by now.
There's been
he's talking to Ben right now.
Yeah, I can't see that far over.
They're having a conversation about something. I don't know if it's the people around or... But they're having a little conversation. Yeah, and it might be just like the amount of people that are around, and you know, like he's getting down to shoot. Like there's a big shot here, and you know, he just wants to make sure. See where the 9 ball is? Well, see, that was the problem, is that 8 ball.
Was close, yeah,
But
in the
he
path.
did play that 4-rail perfect.
I would assume, though, that both these players are accustomed to playing in a big tournament. You know, it doesn't matter whether it's the final or the second round of, you know,
Mm-hmm.
there's always going to be people around, you know.
Well,
I don't really know if that's a factor.
yeah, it depends. Like, even when I was playing yesterday, there were some regular folk shooting beside me, and numerous times, came up a little short again. Oh, he's just getting there, but I know he wanted to be a little bit further down. And I'm getting down to shoot the like a 9 ball or 10 ball in the corner, and someone just like sticks their butt right in my face, and it's just like I can stand up and walk away, and more than once, right?
Yeah. But you're accustomed to that, you know, just kind of be aware of your surroundings and what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I just got up, walked away, just kind of like gathered
Reset.
myself again,
Yeah.
and came back, and it's like Steven's spotting the 8 ball here. Ben's like, don't worry about it. So that puts Steven on the hill now.
On the hill. This could be it. Steven gets out here. It is an end to the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
First place is going to claim $13.50, $700 for second. Steven would like nothing more but to just break and run this rack.
Yeah, this is a big break because if something weird happens here, Ben gets up, runs out, and then he could break and run to get onto the hill.
That's right.
And he gets to break on the hill.
This is kind of
And I've seen him do it many times.
Yep.
Being down 8-6 isn't like, he's just waiting for his opportunity to get back to the table.
Totally.
And Steven knows this, and he's
one little misstep could cost you the
right.
the win.
And so we're gonna watch these guys. Steven knows how to win. Makes the 1 ball in the corner. He's got a long deuce.
But everything is wide open.
Yeah, and he's got the angle
Lays
just to
out
kind of
pretty
run
nice,
forward
yeah.
on this for the 3 and
4 balls hanging in the
there,
side.
5, like it's. This is actually the shot that I had against Carlos in our Hill match, and I dogged it.
Oh, this is like a straight 2 ball?
It was a straight-in shot. I didn't have to do much with the cue ball, and I just hit the horn and rattled it. But Steven's just going to show, oh, my God, look at this.
Oh.
He just wanted to, like, punch forward just a hair, and it just did not want to slow down. That's really unfortunate. He didn't really do a whole lot wrong there. He wanted to roll forward, but sometimes these carbon cues, you get a little bit that power sometimes, and you get it at like the least expected,
Right.
Like normal day, he hits that and it rolls like at least a foot
inches,
away
yeah.
from the corner pocket. But sometimes those carbon fibers, they just give you that little extra boost, like probably 20% extra. And I think that's exactly what happened on that shot. Commentators curse. That too.
If that was all Johnny, blame Johnny.
Blame me. These guys are my best buds. They can blame me all I want. And being such good friends, Steven was telling us earlier he felt kind of bad that he beat Ben by like a big margin,
Oh, this morning?
Yeah. And it's like not a big deal, man. Like the last time you guys played and Ben crushed him.
Yeah, I don't really see Ben feeling bad about beating Steven 9-3. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
He did feel a little bit bad because he doesn't want to like embarrass his friend, but he wants to win. And that's what we are just mentioning, Steven. Like, you know, you're trying to win. You guys are still going to be bros after. That's always the
Yeah.
hardest part of just playing your friends consistently. But they're both competitors and they want to win. But, you know, it's also your friend, so you kind of feel bad. And here we go. There's a weird little shot coming up, giving Ben a chance to tie up this match. Or
How many times have we seen Ben run a 2 or 3 pack? Like, that was dangerous, letting Ben see the table.
I was sleeping in my car when Ben won the Wild Rose. and he was playing Butler. And it was Butler had to go to 13 and Ben had to go to 10. And I think the score was like 12-5. And Ben ran the set out to win.
Oh my gosh.
And I was in the car sleeping because I was the only one driving. And I wanted to make sure, it's a 3-hour drive, right? So I was like, I got to make sure I'm rested for this. And I kept looking up, and then I guess he won the first set. And then so I was relaxing a bit more, and he kept playing. So I decided to walk in, and it was like Hill or something. It was a pretty sick match.
What's happening here?
Did he come up dry?
4-5, 2-4-5, yeah. Dry break.
Dry break.
We've seen actually quite a few dry breaks today.
Mm-hmm. Steven has a bank side if he elects to go with it. I don't think these guys are going to get too careless in this time of the match here. But I don't think it's terrible to go for this bank either. Like Steven's loading up for the bank side here because he doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. Two's going to play a combo next.
Mm-hmm.
And he just hit that perfect.
Spears it.
Once again, we got a wide open table, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I don't need Steven to watch this later and be like, damn it, Johnny. You cursed me. But it's good to see these boys rolling like this. You know, I know Ben wants to step up and start playing some more pro tournaments this upcoming year. We're having a little discussion about that. And
It'd be nice to see him out there.
you know, Joe's made a couple runs. You know, Steven's been out there for a little while. Eric just loves playing for money.
Yeah.
So good to see the boys, you know, moving up to that next step. But I was telling, like, Steven years ago, you know, I said, you come to Alberta, you beat everyone in Alberta. You know, you play in Canada, you're beating almost everyone in Canada, you know. I think this is just shortly after when he beat Alex Pegulayan there in the Canadian Open.
Mm-hmm.
I says, so what you
Natural
got to do is
progression.
when you go to the pro side, you got to learn how to beat the pros. Because it's all
Yeah.
about confidence in this game,
Of course.
you know. I was bugging Ben because he played Alex there a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was missing shots he shouldn't have missed. And it's just like, geez, man.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just that Alex effect, right?
Yeah.
It affects everybody,
Yeah.
you know, and
It's just like playing on the stream for the first time, right? You know, you're super sensitive to what's happening.
yes, I don't.
Just got to
Guess he
calm
got
the
a little out
nerves.
of bit of position on this ball, and now he's forced to take on quite a hard shot here. Like, I don't know if this is like, because he's got to back cut this a touch, so I can't see how terrible this is. Maybe it's super easy. Yeah. But shooting over that 8 ball like that was pretty tough. But that's something that Ben has to, like, get over.
Yeah,
to
of course.
start playing the pros. Like, he did play the pro last year.
Yep.
And he
In
did
Vegas.
really well.
He ended up playing Chang.
Didn't he lose Hill in the shootout against Cheng?
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's like, that's a world beater.
Monster.
You know what I mean? That's a world beater.
He's a monster.
And Ben went to the shootout with him. And it was close.
Mm-hmm.
It was close. I think it went to the sudden death.
I don't
Nice.
remember.
Yeah.
You guys are so good at remembering that stuff. It blows me away every time. I remember back in '95, we were playing the third match against this team from Oregon.
Yeah, there's useless memory storage up there, that's for sure.
Blows me away every time.
Nice little shot there. If he'll roll forward and play the 8 in a side, or punch out and play it in 8 in the same, or the 9 in the same corner as the 8. Yeah, he's just sliding over. But, you know, like that's Steven's been playing on the pro circuit for a while, and
yeah, he's had time to settle the nerves and
get more
comfortable.
composed, and
Yep.
you know, he changed his game up a little bit.
I feel like Ben is due for that step. That is for sure.
You know, Ben's there. He just has to, you know, get his foot out there a little bit more.
Yep.
You know, that's the only difference between Ben and Steven is Steven's been there.
Yep.
You know,
For a couple of years now.
so Ben needs to just get out there. He's been ready for a while, but you know,
Yep.
he just needs to get his.
Well,
foot out
Ben's
there.
had an opportunity to kind of get himself out there, and his, you know, rider is a little bit older now,
Yep,
so he doesn't need to
exactly.
be around so much.
That's right.
So, got a good steady job and lots of exposure. So we'll see how that works out for him. Obviously, we wish him the best, but
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like we always cheer on our boys every time we go out somewhere. So.
well, that is going to be
Congratulations
all she wrote, everyone. That is a 1-set final. Steven was able to shut the gap on Ben, winning 9-7.
A little redemption from the Hui tournament.
A little bit.
These guys faced each other in the finals at the Hui tournament, and Ben walked away victorious.
Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit earlier too. How many times that these guys have matched up? They're no stranger to each other's
That's
games.
right.
But
That's right.
we want to thank you guys for tuning in this weekend. Thank you for joining us on Championship Sunday. Congratulations to Stephen Holem for taking down another event. If we don't see you guys until after the new year, actually, what are we going to do? Our next event is probably Boxing Day. Is there a Boxing Day event?
Usually there is a Boxing Day tournament.
Yeah, so if we don't talk to you before then, everyone, we wish you guys a happy holiday season. Take care, and we will see you at the next one. Thank you guys for tuning
Merry Christmas,
in.
guys.
Merry Christmas.